this is what I'll be reviewing. The Ambiano Multipurpose Pressure Cooker. Let me first of all tell you about the Ambiano brand. The Ambiano is a trademark of ALDI UK. Yes, they trademarked it internationally, meaning they can manufacture different types in different countries, but everything has to be made according to each country's specification. So this particular one that I have is for the Australian market by ALDI Australia, the Ambiano trademark, and this also meets international standards, but specifically for the Australian market. Let's talk about the build quality now. All the sides you'll be holding and using to lift it, they are made of plastic, but very strong plastic, and they're actually BPA free. And the body is made of aluminium. The aluminium is quite strong. It's actually stronger than so many others I have used. When you press it, it doesn't press. And this is 1000 watts. It also has a 220 to 240 volts. So that's it for the build. Now let me talk about the accessories. The first accessory I'll be talking about is the lid. Before I open it, let me show you some things. Can you see this white mark? Now, when it's aligned with this first white mark, that means it is locked. When it is aligned with the second one, that means it's unlocked. Which means for you to unlock it, you need to twist it this direction. This red button at the top is the unlock button. You need to push it down. When you push it down, this comes out. That is what shows it is unlocked. Look at this. Can you see it is unlocked? That's when you are able to turn it. Locked. See, if I don't press the red button. So that is one security device I love about this. One security feature, safety feature. Press the red button. This comes out. You twist it. You see this white has aligned with this. That's when you lift it up. You understand that? Now let me show you things on the lid. This, you can actually remove it. This is the pressure vent. If you see this shows sealing, this shows venting. Whenever you want to pressure cook, this has to be turned upwards in this direction. That means it is sealed. If it doesn't seal, it will not pressurize. In fact, the pot will be giving you error. So it has to be turned like this. Then after cooking, if you want to depressurize, you have to turn it this side. You can see this is the venting side. It's written on it. Vent. Once you put it on this side, you see it will release the pressure from on top here. Once all the pressure has gone, that is when you'll be able to unlock it. So for people who think the pressure pot is not safe, it is very safe because of all these security features. What makes it dangerous is if you force it open. But with this Ambiano, there is no way you can force the lid open. It will not open because once this red button does not press, the red button doesn't press if it's pressurized. It will not press. Once it does not press, that lid is not opening. That's one of the reasons I highly recommend this. The safety is amazing. Okay, now I don't know if you can see this hole inside here. That is actually what lets you know if it has come to pressure or not. This is it. Can you see the inside? See as this is moving. This moves freely when there is no pressure. But once there is pressure, it sticks. That is what makes this not to be able to press down. Once this is not pressing down, you cannot open it. So you can see this, you can actually remove it to clean. Look at that. You can remove it to clean. You don't need to clean it often. In fact, in all the time I've been using it, I think I've only cleaned it like sorry, I need to use something to press it down, but just to show you, I think I've only cleaned it twice in all the time I've been using it. Let me quickly cook this back, then I'll come to you. I fixed that. It's very easy to fix. Just hold it down, then put it back. Anyway, so this is also the seal, a seal on it. This has to be fixed. If not, it will also not pressurize. You see, it's very easy. After cooking, you can simply remove it and wash it. Look at that. It's easy to remove. It's easy to fix back. You can fix it, wash it easily. That is fixed back. You see that? And this. Very simple. This is what makes sure it seals completely to the cover so no air escapes. And this is actually another vent where steam goes out and everything. Make sure all these things are there. So that's that for the lid. Now let me show you other accessories it came with. Of course, the manual. I always tell you, read your manual, read your manual, read your manual. This is the plug. See the mouth, so you have to get like an extension or something to use with it. I use it with a very strong extension, and this is where it plugs to the cooker itself. Let me just show you where it plugs into. This is it. You can see. That's it. Very simple. That's it for the plug. Another thing it comes with is the steaming rack. This is actually one of the things I'm not so satisfied about. The steaming rack is quite small compared to other ones I've used. And you know, when it's small like this, how many things can contain it considering the width of the pot? So they should have used a bigger one, but it's okay. I use another one for it. And then the measuring cup. This is what they advise you use to measure your things inside. So if you're following the recipe that comes with it, use this. And then it comes with a plastic spoon that you also use to stir things inside. This brand of Ambiano Multicooker comes with a non-stick inner pot, non-stick. So please don't use metal spoons on it at all. Use your silicone spoons, plastic spoons, or wooden spoons. And if you notice inside here, you can see the measurements. Yes, that's another safety device. It has maximum pressure cook. Let me give you two experiences I had. There was a time I put the things inside to be higher than the maximum point. The moment I put it and I closed it, it just started showing me error. It didn't even come on at all. It was just signaling error, error. So I knew I had put too many things inside, so I removed it. Another time, I didn't put the things up to the limit, but by the time it boiled and rose up, it passed the maximum limit. Immediately, it stopped cooking and it was telling me error. As in the security features on it, the safety features, they are amazing. So please take note of it. Maximum. And yes, this is 6 liters. 6 liters is quite big. This is good enough for a family of 2 to 6 people. 2 to 6 people. 6 liters. Let me show you the inside of this. You can see this is where the heat comes from. So when the pot is weighing this down, that's when it starts cooking. Please make sure no wet thing touches this place. If any wet thing touches it, you are dealing with electric shock. You can see they put a warning here. No water, no liquid, no nothing, no food must go inside here. Keep this place dry and exempt it from anything. If you want to put things in your inner pot, first put your things in the inner pot here before placing it inside here. And always make sure the back of the inner pot is dry, nothing wet, because this is where the electricity comes from. So be careful about that. Let me show you the different functions. This right here. This is why it is more than a pressure cooker, why it is actually a multi-cooker. It can do different things. First, you see, it's a rice cooker. You can use it as a rice cooker, rice, fruit. It can be used to do fruit, jam, fruit sauce, fruit syrup. This is for soup and broth. This is multi-grain. If you want to do multi-grain baking, you can use it to bake cake. You can use it to slow cook. This is saute. When you're sauteing, you don't need the cover. The cover will not be on. Also, when it's on cake, it's not pressure cooking and there will be no liquid inside. So you can't use cake function for other things. This is for the fish. If you want to adjust the pressure high or low, this is the manual button. Coming to this side, here you have the beans and chili. This is the meat and stew. This is for poultry, like your chicken, turkey and co. This is for egg, if you want to boil egg. This is for steaming, like if you want, that's why you need the rack for steaming. This is for yogurt. Yes, it can make yogurt. This is the keep warm and also the counsel if you want to switch it off. This is also for the sterilizing. You can use it to sterilize your baby bottles. This is to adjust. This is for the delay. You can do a delay start. This is to increase or reduce the pressure or the temperature or time. That is what the plus and minus buttons are for. So you can see with all these features, it actually is a multi-cooker, and each of them, they are used for different things. Like sometimes I use the meat function to cook beans, if it's beans that doesn't need to take a long time and all that. But one thing you should notice, whenever you are using it, there must always be water inside, except if you are using it for things like cake or for yogurt. At that point, if you put water inside and you use cake function, it will give you error message. It's not programmed to function with water and cake. And if you are using that like meat, like rice, and there is no water inside or liquid, it doesn't have to be water, you can use milk or anything, any liquid. If it doesn't sense water, it will switch off and tell you error. You see how wonderfully this works. And just to show you, this place is actually a stand for the lid. See? Now when you put the lid down like that, the water drips down. You can see this part. This is like a bridge for the water. It's an outlet for the water. And everything gathers and comes down through this hole into this place. So anytime you cook, water will gather here from the steam from the lid. The water will gather, you just remove it and pour the water away, wash it, and simply fix it back. You can see that is quite easy to fix back and all that. Very, very simple. You see why everybody needs a multi-cooker. I'm going to do a recipe for you now to show you different things. Because of that, I'm going to use like 2 different functions just to show you what it can do. A regular pressure pot, it always has to be used with the lid. But with this kind of multi-cookers, there are some cookings you will do, like if you want to saute, you don't need the lid. If you want to do yogurt, you need the lid. You cover it, but you won't pressurize it. You will not put it to pressurize. You leave it on depressurize. If it's on pressurize and you use the yogurt function, it will give you error. It's so easy. That's why I say, please read your manual. This is, as I said before, I highly recommend this. Every home needs this. It is so good. You will see the recipe I'll do with it now. Let me start with that. you can see it has shifted to keep warm. It does that automatically and it has started counting up. You can see the time. It can stay warm for 4 hours, so it counts up to 4 hours before it goes off. So your food will be kept for 4 hours. Now let me show you something. There's something they call QPR and NPR. QPR means quick pressure release. NPR means normal pressure release. When it is done, if you want to depressurize it immediately, that's the quick pressure release. If you want to leave it to depressurize on its own, you don't need to do anything, just leave it till it cools down, then you can open it. It would have depressurized on its own. But I want to do the quick pressure release to show you now. This is pressurized. Now let me depressurize it. Once it stops steaming, that's the sign it has depressurized. You can now open it. Look at that. Perfectly cooked rice. Can you see? See how simple that was? And this ends my review for the Ambiano 6-liter multi-purpose pressure cooker. It is amazing. I recommend it for every household. I'll put a link in the description below to where you can buy it directly. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up for this video. It will help with recommendations for others. Ask your questions, give your comments below, and I will answer everybody. Next week, Tuesday, will be another Gadget Tuesday where I'll be reviewing another gadget in detail for you. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. I really appreciate you. And now, it is time to go and eat my rice. You are invited, Sha.